100 rated chess, but it's an anime villain origin story. You must take the opposing queen with your king while the opposing king has line of sight of his queen. Aha. I see. My personal favorite NTR genre. We get a 195 from Canada. E4. E5. D4. Opening up my opponent's d-file, the most practical way I can think of is just to line up both queens in front of the kings and my king recaptures the queen trade. I guess it would be a lot easier if my opponent moves his queen out first, but we have the white pieces, so that probably won't be happening. Aha. Yes. D takes e5. Alright, now take my e-pawn and check the king. Let's go. No. Knight h3. Okay, now take the e-pawn and check my king. Do not take the f-pawn and force my knight to take your queen. You can't just assume that I moved my knight randomly without a purpose. g5. Bishop takes g5. Aha. Yes, of course, now you take the e-pawn. There is literally no other choice. Queen takes c4 check. Queen e2. Okay, in a perfect world now queen takes queen I take back and his king sees the capture with X-ray vision. But sadly, since this guy plays the 4-move checkmate, he probably doesn't want to trade queens. Queen d4 instead. Knight c3. It's alright, I'll find another way. Queen b4. You know what? Since we already knew he wouldn't actively trade queens with me, I guess we have to change the game plan. e6. I'll let his queen in, and the goal now is to give a royal check with my queen next to my king. Queen takes b2. He takes d7, discover double check. This is a double check, he has to move his king. King takes d7. Rook d1 check. King c6. That blunders are very simple and easy to see checkmate in 10, but I'm not here for that. King d2 instead. Moving the king closer, the more active my king is, the more the easier the challenge. Bishop b4. Aha. That blunders a mate in 2, but at the same time it allows a very good chance to complete this challenge. Queen to d3. He takes my knight, I take his bishop, he takes my queen, I take his queen, and his king can see the NTR capture. Didn't happen. Okay, it seems like I have to take the bishop, but if I just straight up capture it, then after he takes my knight the positions between the kings can be a problem toward the challenge. The difficult part isn't the captures, but the fact that his king has to witness the capture. Queen b5 check. King d6 is forced. Queen takes f5. Alright, at least now the kings are opposite. Queen takes c3 check. King e2 discover check. King c6. Aha. Yes. Queen f3. Royal fork. Alright, now take my queen. I mean, he's technically not forced to do it as his queen is defended by the bishop, but I mean he should obviously be able to see that queen takes queen is obviously the best move here, as it keeps his king safe in a situation that his development is worse than mine. Right? Absolutely. King takes f3. Mission accomplished. Unfortunately, the rest of the game was quite long and it's only me smurfing, so I cannot afford to showcase that here. Can't just show a game that I smurf for longer than half of the moves. The video ends here. Have a great day.